Brad Pitt, one of the world's most famous and handsome Hollywood stars, had a rich and captivating dating history. What kind of man dated more than a decade of women? Your answer is Brad Pitt. Therefore, join us as we unveil all of Brad Pitt's girlfriends. Number 20. Jill Scholan. On the set of the horror comedy movie Cutting Class, Brad Pitt met Jill Scholan for the first time in 1989. They began dating soon after the filming was wrapped up. Their on-screen chemistry blossomed into a real-life romance, which led to their engagement in the same year. At the time, Brad was still a struggling actor with only a few $100s to his name, and Scholan was a rising actress who had already starred in films like The Stepfather and Babes in Toyland. Their relationship seemed so romantic that even when Scholan, who was filming in Budapest, told Pitt she was lonely, he spent $600 on a ticket to visit her. But what Pitt discovered when he arrived was the last thing he would have expected. When he landed in Budapest, Scholan confessed that she had fallen for the film's director and ended their engagement immediately. We can all agree that was a plot twist Pitt wasn't expecting. A few years later, Scholan married Anthony Marinelli in 1993 and stepped back from acting to focus on family life. This early heartbreak was pivotal in Pitt's life and career and set the stage for his future relationships. Number 19. Robin Givens. Amid the turbulence of her divorce in 1989 from Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweight champions, Robin Givens reportedly began what turned out to be a brief relationship with Brad Pitt, who was still a rising actor then. Unlike Brad, Givens was already well known for her role in the sitcom Head of the Class. Although their relationship was short-lived, it attracted significant media attention, partly due to the controversy surrounding Givens' divorce. However, their relationship sparked media attention and fueled some resentment from Tyson. In his memoir, Undisputed Truth, he later recounted that he once found Pitt at Givens' home during their separation, which was a tense encounter. However, Givens countered this statement, clarifying that while it was true that both men had an encounter, the situation was misread and that no infidelity occurred during their marriage. Yet despite the media frenzy, Brad and Givens moved forward with their careers, taking on different roles in television and film. Eventually, Pitt achieved international stardom with his roles in films like Thelma and Louise and Fan Club. After their relationship ended, Givens reflected on her time with Pitt, describing him as a wonderful person who brought positivity to her life when needed. Number 18. Christina Applegate. Like Brad Pitt, Christina Applegate, the star of Married with Children, was another young artist who was just carving out her early career when they both found themselves in a brief romance. Although they kept things private in their relationship, they publicly appeared at the 1989 MTV Video Music Awards, where Applegate was the presenter. However, their relationship took an unexpected turn when she left Pitt that evening for another man, whose identity at the time was unconfirmed. In 2015, Applegate confirmed the incident, but still refused to name who the man was. The media buzzed with rumors for a short while until Sebastian Bach, lead singer of Skid Row, claimed that he was the mystery man and that Applegate had left Brad Pitt for him. While neither of them further discusses their relationship, it is clear that they had a brief but strong impact on each other. Applegate continued to succeed in television and film programs, and of course, Brad Pitt became an international movie star. Number 17. Juliet Lewis. Brad Pitt met his next girlfriend, Juliet Lewis, in 1989. At the time, he was 26 and she was just 16. They met on the set of the TV movie Too Young to Die. Their collaboration on the show quickly turned into a real-life romance. Although there was a notable 10-year age gap between them, Lewis maintained that she knew what she was doing. She recalled they met on a movie of the week and then started dating. "I already like him as an actor. Plus, you gotta respect somebody in the same field as you," she said. Their relationship lasted for about 4 years, during which they lived together, collaborated professionally, and even starred again in California, a thriller movie released in 1993. After their relationship ended, Pitt reflected on their time together as intense, saying they were trying to be Sid and Nancy. They were just idiots having a great time. They parted ways in early 1993, but Lewis's publicist shared that they intended to remain friends. While the reason for their breakup remains private, both actors continue advancing their careers. Juliet Lewis went on to earn more recognition for her roles in films like Natural Born Killers and What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and also pursued a music career with her band, Juliet and the Licks. Number 16. Gwyneth Paltrow. On the set of their movie Seven, Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow crossed paths for the first time and ignited a romance that later captivated Hollywood and became one of the hottest news stories. Pitt later admitted that when he got within 10 feet of her, he got goofy and couldn't talk. Their relationship evolved quickly. By December 1996, they were engaged, and Pitt had already expressed his excitement about their marriage. They were not just your regular Hollywood couple, they became style icons, frequently rocking matching haircuts. However, they called off their engagement by June 1997, shocking the whole world. Months later, when Paltrow reflected on the breakup, she attributed it to her immaturity, saying that she was such a mess, and acknowledged that she wasn't ready for marriage then. Despite their breakup, they have both spoken fondly of each other throughout the years. Paltrow described their connection as major love at first sight. Although their relationship was brief, it remains one of the most talked about romances of the 90s. Number 15. Jennifer Aniston. This relationship became one of the hottest things in Hollywood at the time. Brad Pitt and TV sitcom Friends, Jennifer Aniston met in 1998, and fans immediately could tell they would be a perfect couple. At the time, Aniston had already carved her place in Hollywood as Rachel Green in Friends, while Brad Pitt was one of the most sought-after leading men in film. Their relationship sparked shortly after and became a media sensation, with fans and tabloids obsessing over every detail. In July 2000, Pitt and Aniston shocked the world when they tied the knot in a grand $1 million Malibu wedding, complete with a 40-member gospel choir, Hollywood stars, and fireworks. The extravagant event only heightened their status as one of Hollywood's royalty. However, their union was short-lasting, because by 2005, their seemingly perfect relationship ended. Aniston later described the split as heartbreaking, but emphasized that no villains existed in their story. She also addressed the rumors that their divorce was because of her reluctance to have children, calling the rumors lies and clarifying that she always wanted a family. She reflected further on the end of their marriage, admitting that they simply grew apart and that their careers were pulling them in different directions. Despite the public scrutiny and painful breakup, Aniston and Pitt have rebuilt a friendly relationship. Number 14. Angelina Jolie. Known famously as Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie became the next hottest thing. Their relationship was the fuel that triggered Jennifer's separation from Pitt. Their relationship became known as Brangelina and was a media sensation. They adopted Jolie's children, Maddox and Zahara, and shortly after, welcomed their first biological child, Shiloh, in 2006. Then, in 2008, the twins, Knox and Vivian, followed. They officially joined their union in a private ceremony in France in 2014, with their 6 children participating. However, beyond their family life, Pitt and Jolie were known for their humanitarian efforts and co-founded the Jolie and Pitt Foundation, which supported many causes worldwide. Yet, despite their public sensation and romance, their marriage also faced challenges, and in 2016, Jolie filed for divorce and sought primary custody of their children. But their separation wasn't that quiet or simple. Their divorce proceedings extended over 8 years and involved custody disputes and financial disagreements, which included the ownership of Chateau Miraval. In 2024, they finalized their divorce settlement, ending the prolonged legal battle. Since the split, Angelina Jolie has focused mostly on her children and humanitarian work, often expressing contentment with her close friends. And for Pitt, he continued his acting career, excelling at much greater heights. Number 13. Senita. Before Brad Pitt became a household name, he shared a brief but memorable romance with British-American pop singer Senita in the late 1980s. She was known for her hits like So Macho and Toy Boy, and was a prominent figure in the UK music scene. Their relationship reportedly began around 1986 and lasted until 1988. Over the years, Senita has fondly recalled their time together, often describing Pitt as beautiful with the most amazing body, and fun, young, and very sweet. She recounted an incident where a fan who was displeased with their relationship slapped her outside a supermarket, and she reflected on Pitt's rise to fame. She joked about watching Thelma and Louise and thinking, "Oh my God, what have I done?" Despite their breakup, she has maintained a gentle and lighthearted perspective on their past, She continuously joked that after Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie separated, Pitt called her every time she responded, "Brad, move on," while also praising his kissing skills. Today, Senita continues to be active in the entertainment industry, participating in various television appearances and interviews. Number 12. Charize Theren. Brad Pitt and Charize Theren were rumored to have dated in 2019, following an introduction by her ex, actor Sean Penn. They were first seen together at events and casual outings, which soon sparked rumors that they were more than just friends. Still, they were never officially confirmed as a couple, even though reports suggested they had a brief romance. At the time of their romance, Theren was still navigating her life as a single mother while focusing on her career. This later included her role in the movie Bombshell, released in 2019. On the other hand, Brad Pitt was still in the spotlight following his divorce from Angelina Jolie. Their relationship was widely speculated to be short-lived, with much media attention on their connection. This was because Theren was fiercely private, so neither of them had openly discussed their relationship. She shared that because of her past tumultuous relationships, she now valued her privacy more than the glitz and glamour of Hollywood romance. Still, in the end, their romance ended, and they both returned to their busy careers. Since then, both stars have taken on more industry challenges. While Theren focused on her children and acting career, Brad Pitt became involved in various film projects, including his production company, Plan B Entertainment. Until now, neither of them has commented on what went wrong in their relationship, and they have maintained a private stance on the brief romance. Their relationship, although brief, added to the ongoing saga of Brad Pitt's post-divorce life. Number 11. E.G. Daily. In the summer of 1989, Brad Pitt entered another brief but meaningful relationship with actress and singer Elizabeth E.G. Daily. She was known for her roles in Pee-wee's Big Adventure and as the voice of Tommy Pickles in Rugrats. Daily was an established figure in the entertainment industry, and their romance began shortly after Pitt's engagement to actress Jill Scholan ended. She has frequently described him as a deep-soiled guy with a really strong, visceral drive towards anything he really wanted. Daily admitted that they connected on many levels, which was one of the best things she loved about their relationship. Despite their deep connection, the hot couple did not last long. However, they remained friends after parting ways in just 6 months. At the time, Brad Pitt was still trying to figure out his place in Hollywood and build a reputation for himself. He took on various roles in television and film, growing his recognition. Daily was already a seasoned performer and continued to build her career in both acting and music. She later became engaged to professional poker player Rick Salomon. Reflecting on their time together, she has maintained a positive perspective and often acknowledged the unique connection they shared during their dating period. Number 10. Aaliyah Shawat. Brad Pitt and Aaliyah Shawat were seen together several times in 2019 and 2020, which sparked rumors of a potential romance. Although neither of them ever confirmed the relationship, most fans were convinced they were more than just friends. They were often spotted together attending art events and gatherings, which made the speculations about their relationship even more discussed. Another focal point was that Aaliyah was 32 years younger than Pitt at the time, which added to the mystery surrounding their connection. At the time of their relationship, Aaliyah was navigating her career in Hollywood, trying to build her reputation in the industry. She took on several projects, like Search Party, one of her most famous movies. Although Aaliyah and Brad were not the hottest couple in Hollywood, they captivated fans through their intellectual connection, love for art, and similar creative interests. However, their connection remained platonic in the public eye. Aaliyah Shawat stated in interviews that they were just friends, and that the media had overblown the rumors. Their relationship did not evolve past the occasional public outing. Eventually, the rumors died down. Right from the start, this speculation came from their mutual public appearances, but neither has addressed why they stopped spending time together. As for Brad Pitt, he has kept his relationships largely private since his divorce from Angelina Jolie, and his public appearances have been mostly work-related or involving his children. Today, Aaliyah Shawat remains focused on her acting career, recently starring in The Last Man on Earth and other projects. At the same time, Brad Pitt has continued with his acting career and won major accolades, such as an Oscar for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and is also known for his charitable endeavors. Their brief connection remains a topic of curiosity for fans, but it seems to have been an amicable friendship rather than a romantic relationship. Number 9. Thandie Newton. While filming Interview with the Vampire in 1994, Brad Pitt and Thandie Newton began a brief yet notable relationship. She was a British actress widely recognized for her roles in Flirting and The Young Americans, where she was portrayed as Yvette, the devoted housemaid to Pitt's character, Louis de Pointe du Lac. Their on-set chemistry turned into a real-life romance that lasted approximately a year, from 1994 to 1995. When they started dating, Pitt had built his name in Hollywood, and Interview with the Vampire marked a significant step in his career. Newton, meanwhile, was establishing herself as a talented actress with a growing portfolio. Although not extensively publicized, their relationship was acknowledged in media circles, adding to Pitt's reputation as one of Hollywood's most eligible bachelors. The details of their breakup remained private, but reports suggest that the separation was from a mutual place and that they reportedly remained friends even after parting ways. Following their separation, Newton continued to build an impressive career, starring in films like Mission: Impossible 2, which earned her critical acclaim for her role in HBO's Westworld, and garnered an Emmy Award. Pitt's career, on the other hand, also soared, with standout performances in movies Seven, Fight Club, and Ocean's 11, sealing his status as a leading man in Hollywood. Number 8. April Florio. In early 2005, rumors surfaced linking Brad Pitt to model April Florio. Florio, who was 22 then, claimed in an interview with Us Weekly that she and Pitt met in Greece in 2003 through a mutual friend, George Clooney. She mentioned that during their time together, Pitt expressed dissatisfaction with his marriage and tried to initiate a relationship with her, which she declined, saying she didn't want to become involved with someone in the industry. Her statements included claims that Pitt criticized Aniston's smoking habits and preference for staying home, contrasting his desire for a more social lifestyle. She also mentioned that Pitt spoke of his Mr. and Mrs. Smith co-star, Angelina Jolie, in highly admiring terms, referring to her as a goddess. For her, that was simply too much of a red flag. However, the story develops tension when Florio later denies having made these statements and asserts that many quotes attributed to her were fabricated. She expressed her frustrations over being entangled in the media frenzy surrounding Pitt's personal life and emphasized her desire for privacy. Fans may have completely fabricated rumors, as Pitt's representative denied claims of their relationship, stating that Pitt had never met Florio. Florio has maintained a low profile and distance from the controversy in subsequent years. She has publicly expressed her wish to move beyond the incident and focus on her personal life, including raising her son. Number 7. Kate Hudson. After Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's divorce, social media was abuzz with rumors and speculations about who his next girlfriend would be. Among the names in the rumors, one name particularly captivated tabloids and fans: Kate Hudson. There were reports that the two were secretly dating, and some even claimed that Pitt had moved into Hudson's Los Angeles home. Before anyone could form a solid picture around it, there was already a narrative. During tumultuous times, their relationship was seen as two Hollywood stars finding solace in each other's company. However, Hudson later addressed these rumors, saying that it was the craziest rumor of all time, and nothing was true. She further claimed that she hadn't even seen him in 4 years. Despite debunking these claims, she also admitted that she found humor in the situation. Adding to the lightheartedness, Hudson's brother, Oliver Hudson, playfully fueled the rumors on Instagram, joking about Pitt's supposed habits as a houseguest. Fans were later convinced that nothing was going on when these rumors were ongoing. Hudson was already in a relationship with musician Danny Fujikawa, whom she had known for years. Their friendship had blossomed into romance, and Hudson spoke fondly of their connection, describing it as an amazing, calm relationship. As for Pitt, he focused on personal growth and self-reflection, and was occasionally spotted in therapy, while sometimes exploring artistic pursuits like sculpture. Number 6. Ella Pernell. Brad Pitt's relationship rumors did not end with Hollywood hit stars like Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston. In October 2017, rumors took the media by storm that he was romantically involved with 21-year-old British actress Ella Pernell. The speculations about their relationship intensified due to Pernell's role as the younger version of Angelina Jolie's character in the 2014 movie Maleficent, and also her casting in the series Sweetbitter, which coincidentally was also produced by Pitt's company Plan B. During their relationship, there were ongoing rumors that Angelina Jolie was unhappy about the alleged relationship between Pitt and Pernell, especially because of their striking resemblance. However, most fans suggested that this was one of the main reasons why Brad Pitt got into the relationship in the first place. Noticing that the narrative quickly turned into something else, Brad Pitt's representative stated that the rumors were completely made up and that there was no romantic involvement between the two stars. Later, Pernell herself addressed the rumors, expressing frustration over the gossip. She clarified that she had never met Pitt and the rumors were lies. She stated that as a young actress in the industry, she was trying to carve out a way for herself without the narrative from this alleged relationship. And since the incident, Pernell has continued to build a successful acting career and has had notable roles in series like Yellow Jackets and Fallout. She has also maintained a rather private life without mentioning a relationship. Number 5. Sienna Miller. Brad Pitt once again found himself at the center of another dating rumor, but this time he was linked to British actress Sienna Miller in 2017. The two were first spotted conversing at a dinner for The Lost City of Z, a film produced by Pitt's company, Plan B, in which Miller starred. Seeing the two of them together, social media sparked speculation about a possible romance. Fans were even more convinced after Pitt and Miller were reportedly seen again at the Glastonbury Music Festival in June 2017. Some sources also claimed that they were touching and stroking each other at every opportunity and appeared intimate during the event, suggesting a level of closeness beyond friendship. However, despite these reports, both actors denied any romantic involvement. At the time of their relationship, Miller was focusing on her acting career, in which she starred in films like American Woman and 21 Bridges. Since then, she has continued to work steadily in the industry and has earned praise for her performances. Meanwhile, Brad Pitt was navigating his personal life after the divorce and concentrating on his production work. Number 4. Ner Oxman. Early in 2018, Brad Pitt, who was 54 years old at the time, was rumored to be in a romantic relationship with Ner Oxman, a 42-year-old Israeli-American architect and MIT Media Lab professor, renowned for her pioneering work in ecology. Their connection began through a shared interest in architecture. This professional interaction, however, quickly became a hot topic for tabloids about a possible romance between the two. However, Oxman quickly addressed the rumors. In a column in the New York Times, she denied any romantic involvement with Pitt, clarifying that their relationship was strictly platonic and professional. Fans could understand why she needed to clarify this emphatically because at the time, she was in a relationship with hedge fund manager William Ackman, whom she later married. Despite the media frenzy, she maintained a sense of humor, playfully trolling the paparazzi by carrying intellectually significant items such as the Feynman Lectures on Physics and a replica of the Voyager Golden Record during her public appearances, turning the unwanted attention into an opportunity to promote science. While she praised Pitt and highlighted his ability to merge the timely and the timeless in cinema, she reiterated that their relationship was purely professional. Today, Oxman continues to lead in design and architecture, while Pitt remains a prominent figure in Hollywood. Number 3. Nicole Podarowski. In 2020, Brad Pitt, who was 56 at the time, was romantically linked to Nicole Podarowski, a 27-year-old German model. They met in August 2019 at Borchardt, a Berlin restaurant owned by Podarowski's husband, Roland Mary. At the time, Podarowski and Mary were in an open marriage, which only made the nature of her relationship with Pitt more complex. Their relationship was made public in August 2020 when they were seen arriving in France together at Chateau Miraval, the very estate that Brad Pitt co-owns with his ex-wife Angelina Jolie. This visit coincided with what would have been Pitt and Jolie's wedding anniversary, intensifying media scrutiny. Podarowski, a successful model, began her career at 13 and is known for her multilingual abilities and role as a mother. Throughout the media frenzy, she maintained a low profile, addressing public speculations sparingly, and when confronted with online criticism, she responded with messages that only promoted positivity. Despite the initial buzz that surrounded it, sources later indicated that the relationship was casual and not serious. By October 2020, reports confirmed that Pitt and Podarowski had parted ways amicably. Since then, Podarowski has continued her modeling career and participated in events like Milan Fashion Week. Number 2. Lai Lee. In early 2022, our famous Hollywood heartthrob Brad Pitt was in the news again, this time about a potential dating rumor with Swedish singer Lai Lee. These rumors increased when an Instagram gossip account claimed they were spotted dining together at Mother Wolf, a trendy Los Angeles restaurant. Reports further noted that Pitt and Lee were neighbors in the Los Feliz area of LA, suggesting that living so close might have brought forth a secret relationship between them. However, multiple sources swiftly ended these claims. One of the sources told Page Six that Pitt and Lee were not dating, emphasizing that there was nothing romantic between them. Similarly, News reported that they were just friends and hadn't hung out together for quite some time. Lai Lee was focusing on her music career then, having released her So Sad, So Sexy in 2018. Neither Pitt nor Lee publicly addressed the dating rumors. Instead, they maintained their privacy and kept quiet over the whole thing. Currently, there is no indication that their relationship has evolved beyond friendship. Number 1. Ines de Ramon. After the incident with Lai Lee, Brad Pitt was again romantically linked to another influential figure. Ines de Ramon, a jewelry designer, was often seen with Pitt at several events, most notably at the premiere of his movie, Babylon, where they made their first public appearance as a couple. De Ramon, previously married to actor Paul Wesley, reportedly kept her relationship with Pitt relatively low-key. However, it quickly became a subject of intense media interest. At the time, she was focused on her jewelry line and was already known in social circles for her work as a designer. While neither made public statements about the specifics of their relationship, several reports suggested they were enjoying a quiet, laid-back time together. Both were keeping their connection private and handling media attention with poise. Ines reportedly described Brad as very down-to-earth and easy to talk to, making their relationship breezy. However, many sources suggest that their relationship is more about companionship and shared interests than anything too flashy. After years of public scrutiny, Brad continues his efforts to keep a more grounded personal life. While they are still seen together occasionally, no official statements have been made regarding the future of their relationship. Currently, Ines remains focused on her career. At the same time, Brad seems content with balancing his professional and personal life with her and keeping things calm amidst the ongoing public curiosity and questions. Which of Brad Pitt's relationships had the biggest impact on his career and public image? What do you think about his more recent relationships? Share your thoughts in the comments. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Click on the video displayed on your screen.